Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the action, drama, science fiction film, Cold Skin. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We upload multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. A young Englishman leaves in 1914 for a year's employment as a weather watcher on an isolated island in the South Atlantic. It is soon clear that he is not there. Gruner, the keeper of the rudimentarily fortified lighthouse, is the only other person who lives on the island. According to Gruner, the previous weather observer cannot board the ship since he passed away from typhus, presumably while swimming in the sea, and no body has been found. The unidentified man explores the island and notices odd rock formations on the shore. When he gets back to the cabin, he discovers the previous meteorologist's diary, which describes unusual sea creatures attacking. Not long after reading it, he is attacked at night by the creatures. The following day, he unsuccessfully telephones Gruner to ask for permission to enter the lighthouse. He finds a weapon in the cabin among the luggage and decides to take a stand by fortifying it. He fires at the animals as they approach at night. He follows Gruner down to the rocks the following day after seeing him leave the lighthouse and finds a female sea monster there. Gruner stops him from shooting her and demonstrates how tame she is. The guy is given the name Friend by Gruner, who also says that no matter how harsh her master is, she would remain loyal to him like a dog. She heals Friend's injured hand by licking it. Gruner accepts Friend's offer to share ammo and other supplies in exchange for permission to stay in the lighthouse. He wonders if the reason the animals continually attacking the lighthouse is to retrieve the female marine animal. That evening, more creatures strike, but Friend faints, making Gruner enraged at his helplessness and ordering him to perform menial tasks like fetching water in its place. The following night, Gruner locks Friend outdoors on the balcony and gives him his revolver, leaving him to see whether he can survive the beasts on his own. Gruner finds him alive and covered with beast blood the next morning. The animals attack on different nights, forcing the two men to remain vigilant, and they fall into a routine. Friend finds evidence that Gruner has been having sex with the creature. While Gruner physically and sexually abuses the creature, Friend comes to like her and gives her the name Anaris. Friend remembers why he came to the island, to discover tranquility and emptiness. The two are overrun by animals one night, and they narrowly escape death. Locked within the lighthouse light room, Gruner escapes upstairs while being severely bit on the foot. The creatures head out to sea at sunrise. Anaris treats the injured foot of Gruner. Gruner stops Friend from calling for help when he tries to signal a passing ship, angering Gruner when Anaris tries to shield him. A friend starts gathering whale bones while going along the shore and cutting them. Anaris follows him to a beached boat when he shows her one shaped like a boat. When he tells Gruner about it, Gruner responds that the boat is too small to be utilized to leave the island and that he was aware it was there because a Portuguese man had used it to flee a shipwreck but was slain by the animals. He claims that dynamite was among the ship's cargo, but the Portuguese man only had wet dynamite with him. Friend expresses a desire to investigate the shipwreck, but Gruner does not. Gruner alters his mind, however, out of envy after witnessing Friend swimming in a pool with Anaris, secretly hoping that Friend could perish in the endeavor. They row down to the wreck using the boat, and Friend dons an old diving suit to descend to the bottom and look for the dynamite. He finds some and observes the animals playing in their young forms. They find that the recovered dynamite is dry enough to use once they get back. In order to scare away as many sea creatures as possible, Friend and Gruner devise a strategy to entice them as close as possible to the lighthouse before detonating explosives. Anaris is compelled to sing for them while being held on the balcony. Gruner tries to detonate the explosives, but when the animals attack, Friend must sprint to the top of the lighthouse to reconnect the detonator. Many of the animals are killed by the subsequent blast. Friend and himself are both rendered unconscious as Gruner detonates a second set of explosives that are placed closer to the lighthouse. Gruner uses a harpoon to kill the dying and injured animals that are lying on the beach in the morning. After observing one of the dead creatures wearing a necklace, Friend thinks the creatures are more advanced than Gruner portrays them to be. Gruner hurls it into the water in a fit of wrath. He reveals that he saved Anaris, a sea creature, after discovering her years earlier as a newborn imprisoned in a net, thinking that she owed him her life. The animals don't attack the next night, and Friend interprets a loud howl coming from the sea as grieving. Anaris vanishes. Friend finds a picture of Gruner as a young man with a wife while Gruner is fast asleep. Friend picks up their stroll along the shore and drops off a carved gift for the animals. Anaris returns, now seeming more assured and brave, and he finds a young creature exploring his present. Gruner fires a gun, interrupting them. Friend tries to explain to him that the monsters, who have multiplied behind Anaris, are calling for a truce. Gruner yells that no one leaves Gruner after Aniris ignores his commands to come back to him. Running back to the lighthouse, he fires a flare at the kid, killing him by striking him in the chest. After a scuffle, Friend tosses Gruner to the ground and stabs him in the leg as Gruner continues to discharge flares. Gruner has the upper hand and lunges at Friend with an axe, but Friend stops him, telling Gruner that he is not a killer and identifying him as the former meteorologist. Gruner stumbles outside after dropping the axe and is then slain by the sea animals. Later, the following ship shows up to take the place of Friend. He is misidentified by the captain as Gruner, the lighthouse keeper, and Friend does not correct him. He continues in the position, reflecting that he has found the piece he was looking for. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.